Normandy, and it was always his wish that that bottle go to the last man that was a member of the museum. And so to fulfill Cliff's wish, we put this program on today, and the Partial family is sitting up here in the front row. And would you all just stand up and let the audience be recognized by the audience? Thank you. And one other thing before I call Carol up here to speak on behalf of the family. Is there anyone in the audience who had a loved one that served at D-Day? If you would, please stand up if you could. If not, just raise your hand. Let's give them a round of applause, please. At this time, I'd like to call up Carol Partial, and Carol is one of the daughters of Cliff, and she has a few words that she would like to speak about her father. Carol?
"70 years ago, our father, Navy Seaman First Class Clifton W. Partial, was on the LCF-22 that landed at Utah Beach. Like many of the men of his era, Cliff rarely shared with his family all the experiences he had endured. He mostly shared these memories with fellow veterans at the museum. Occasionally, he would tell us some facts about the war and the practice operation of Slapton Sands. Knowing of all the casualties that had occurred, our family was extremely fortunate to have him survive through this pre-run and then the battles of Utah Beach. 20 years ago, Cliff and his son Ralph went to Normandy for the D-Day 50th anniversary. While they were there, he picked up this bottle. He had the idea to bring it to the museum to do a tontine, a French for the Last Man's Club. He knew of the clubs of World War I veterans and the Doolittle Tokyo Raiders. So he wanted to start the Last Man's Club for D-Day veterans at the museum. Thank you. He had always hoped on being the recipient of the bottle. But alas, in 2007, Cliff joined his departed comrades and his brothers in arms. He is most likely up there at the greatest USO enjoying a cup of coffee, some donuts, and cookies, of course. So it is an honor to be here today to present George the Last Man's Club bottle of wine. It was our dad's wish to be given to the last surviving D-Day veteran from the museum's membership. The bottle of wine is being given to you as a token of our appreciation for your service for our country. So thank you, George, and thank you, gentlemen. And as our dad would say, bottoms up.
Stand right here, George. Carol will present you with the bottle. When we discussed this with George, we gave him three options. We said, George, we can uncork it today and take a toast, or he can take it home with him and put on a mantle, or he can donate it back to the museum. And he said, I would like to take choice number 3. So he is donating this back to the museum.
Ironically, on the 50th anniversary of D-Day, my wife was in Lisieux, France, and we went to this little bakery shop to buy some baked goods, but they had the same bottle for sale. So now, instead of the museum having one bottle, they're going to have 2 bottles.
Fantastic, George. Thank you so much.
And by the way, you have the cleanest restrooms on I-5.
George, would you stay up here? And if Bill and Don would come up. Could we have Bill come up here? Bill, could you come up here? In lieu of uncorking the bottle and toasting to their comrades, and Bill, let me just set this bottle over here for a moment. What we have agreed to do is we have a bottle of sparkling cider here, and what we're going to do is uncork the bottle, pour a toast, and we'd like to have you gentlemen drink a toast to your comrades on D-Day. Gentlemen, if you would raise your glasses and toast to those that you served with and to their sacrifice for this country, and then if you would drink a toast to them, please.
May they all rest in peace.
Thanks, George, for sharing your wine with us there tonight. Very good.
Gentlemen, if I could just have you stay here for a moment longer.
Sure.
Okay. My lovely wife Barbara here has something that she would like to give to you.
I like some. Yeah, no, that's fine. I just like some.
Yeah.
No, I think I can.
Well, George's daughter, I probably better speak. I'm very loud, but I don't think I can get quite all the way out there. George's lovely daughter was a teacher for many years, and I hope I'm saying it right, and she substitute taught. And in the green binder that's over there is a copy of all the wonderful letters these young people, how old were they? Sixth graders wrote, and so I'm going to open one of the books. You can take a look at it, and then I'm going to present one to each one of these gentlemen and also one to the Partial family. This part is the pictures the kids did. And there's many of them, and if you get a chance, take a look over there what they said, because when we get fearful for our country and whether kids can understand freedom or sacrifice, if you read these stories, I guarantee you, you know, yes they can and yes they will.
Would you like to finish it?
Thank you, George, so much. This is just a remembrance from the museum for your day today.
You put it down there.
I will do that.
There, see.
And I'll get it to you.
Okay, if you'd all rise, we'll have a closing prayer, and then there will